Okay, guys. Good evening. This is JD, the mobile trader on the Mobile Trader Network, and tonight is our Sunday Mastermind meeting. We come here every Sunday, 7:30 Central, and I didn't know so many people didn't know their time zones, but it's just you got to Google it or ask Siri or Alexa. So if you're watching on Facebook, I put the link to come on into the Zoom. I'm not going to be able to look at your questions in Facebook, but other than that, here's what we're going with, guys. I just want to, I like to do visualization manifestation because if we say it, we can make it happen. And my big thing is that if we perform tasks and move towards the future, but each step that we take is like make it a gift to our future self. And then, like my mentor used to say, for the sake of posterity, JD. And I was like, posterity, posterity. And then I heard it again in Tenet, Denzel's son. But just for future generations. Everything we do is for future generations. And we're starting now. We're sowing the seeds, we're tilling the soil. So visualize yourself already as a successful trader, successful investor. It starts with the first step starts with taking that first step and trusting yourself, becoming your own expert. That's my big thing is we become our own experts, so we don't have to rely on um, outside sources. The outside sources can just provide additional support and resistance, so to speak, on our thesis. So we're going to become our own experts and put that to the test, guys, where we're studying each day because we're only a trade away. We're only one investment away. We're only one move away from really, really whatever it is you want to accomplish. It's not like you don't have to be a rocket scientist. We do not have to be. We don't have to. It's not high science. We're not working with Mercury. We're basically looking at fear and greed in the market. And then we're also looking at innovation and thinking about what in 5, 10 years, what will be viable. So with that being said, guys, let's get to it. I want to talk about a couple of stocks. This week, keep your eye on Tesla, of course. I'll talk about the Tesla poor man's play in a little bit. It was, wait a second, it was with ARK Invest, but ARK is a little overextended. But the first stock I want to touch on today is the volume low. Or okay, I see you, Esther. All right, good, good. So, and y'all put it in the chat if the volume dips down or anything like that. So we're gonna look at Etsy. That's stock number one. Shout out to Sia St. Patrick. She dropped Etsy in the mix a few weeks ago, and I kind of peeped at it, but I'm finally in it right now. And with Etsy, we're on a weekly chart. Etsy, everybody know. I'm sure you guys have been there to the website. Now, the Santa Claus rally could be in full effect and really make this pop. Weekly chart is very strong. Bullish weekly chart and a bull flag right now. Let's go to the daily and I'll show you what else we're going to look at. Now, as we zoom in on the daily, and I think I'm sharing my screen. That'd be a shame if I wasn't. Bam, got it. Okay, this thing is set up. I'm currently in Etsy, and we'll find an option. What am I in? The Etsy January 15th, 175 call. Um, the chart, guys, I'm looking for trend lines. I'm looking for support and resistance. I'm looking for patterns. And the main thing that I'm seeing in Etsy is that a bull trend and is running. We've broken above support, broken above resistance. And for you guys, had the breakout, had the pullback. A lot of times that first real breakout is just a test and it comes back and retests the breakout areas. So you can kind of see where we're establishing is basically a range. Now this next one, we're trying to break out from this area, from these previous highs right here. And it's done it, but be cautious of a pullback and then a run. So we're looking for an entry above. If you're already in it, you stay, you make your decision on that. I'm staying. If the stock price gets above 171.66 after maybe 10:30 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 noon, anytime after that, you want to see it trend above 171.66. This is Friday's high. That's letting us know we caught a trend. We caught a pretty good trend, and the probability is more so. The probability is that we're going to go higher. So, but if you get a low of 165.72 below that, you can write that down, guys. 165.72. The bear trend of like a reversal or a pullback is going to be in place. So you would either exit or you just the trade doesn't trigger. But the trade triggers positively above 171.66. So going to the options chain right now. Here we go. And with this, okay, with the options chain, let's get to Etsy. Y'all ever met someone named Betsy? I don't know if they name in the States they name young girls Betsy anymore. Maybe the middle name. But we don't want to go 5 days out, guys. You want a little time for this to develop. My preference is the January 15. That gives us 33 days for that thesis to play out. So let's take a look. And currently, I don't like showing my account right now, but you know, full transparency. Um, it's a little pricey with Etsy at the January 15th. So we're going to dig a little deeper, but open interest and volume are really good. And I like the Delta. So the 175 is a good one. Let's go to the Christmas Eve. Yeah, 11 days out. Let's see what we have. Going to be a little. Mm, that's not going to fit, guys. All right. The December 31st Baby New Year play is the 175. December 31st, 175 call is trading at 655 by 695. So you're going to look at about $700 risked and look for get a dollar move on that, you make 44 bucks. You get a $2 move, you make 88. And then as it moves up, each dollar move subsequently, the delta will improve. So you're looking for that return. So let's say you put down 700 bucks to get in there. You don't have to risk the entire 700. You can go in there and you buy it at 700 and you say I'm willing to risk 100, and you would set your stop. Basically it'd be a stop order, and we would put it at $6. That would be to where when that if the price went against us, our $700 is on the table. And then if it ticked down to $6, the sell order would trigger. And now it may not exactly take you out at $6. It may be 560, 570. But the order is going to be. Sometimes it takes you right out at 6. It just depends on how fast it's moving. But that's how you protect your capital, where you don't have to put the entire. You don't have to put your whole wad at risk. You can pull it right off the table. But if it's moving in the direction we want, you have to be prepared to make a decision when to get out. Like to say, if you want to exit at 30% profit, 30% of 700, let's go 70, 140, and then you add the rest. So it's 210. But that's what you would look for. So we could risk 100 looking for possibly a $200, a 1 to 1.5 return. So that's one of them that we're looking at. Etsy, the best option for me. I'm more impressed with these out here. The January 15th, anyone that's 175, 170, 165, 160. even all the way up to, geez, this entire chain, but it just depends on what you want to risk, what you want to put your upfront cost, okay? But the Etsy chart looks really good. All right, let's go to the next one. And then I'll have you guys put a few in the bar. Now, LOGI was kind of interesting with me. I use Investors Business Daily. They have a list called IBD Top 50, the IBD 50, and it caught my attention. LOGI, Logitech, and the weekly is really nice. So here's something you look for, guys. It's something called higher lows. All right, on this bar right here, that's a high, the high of the candle. At the very bottom, that's the low. Very next candle, that's the high at the top, low at the bottom. As we go forward, what you want to see in a really good trend, you want to see higher highs, which we're seeing, and higher lows. That lets you know the trend is bullish. We have a bull trend going right now, and that's a clean trend line. That's a tight fade. Weekly, let me go one more right here. I want to go to the daily. I like to do a top-down analysis. So if let's say we buy an option and we think we want to hold it for a day, but we end up holding it a little bit longer, if the overall trend is still bullish, it gives us a higher probability for us for it to work out if it turns against us. Okay, as we zoom in, we're looking for a break above $90.07. The high right here was 91.23. But what I'm looking to get above is that red candle right there. That red candle is the high was 90.07. So the January 15th $90 Logitech option is a good one for me. Let's see. January 15th, $90. It's a really good price. Good open interest. Yeah, plenty of time. And I look at this, look at the bottom of the screen, the put to call ratio. 1994 calls to 132 puts. Extremely bullish. Everybody's positively bullish on Logitech. So it's trading 370 by 390. So that January 15th $90 call is really good. And the crazy part about it is like $400 separates that from the next bump up into price. So if it runs in our direction, it'll be in a we be in a good spot. Now, if it falls below the low of 87.62, 87.50, right in there, you got to hop out because the bear case is in play. We're at the position right now where it's in a range. We're looking for it to break above it. Tomorrow it may not. It may trend back down, but if it breaks above that, we're pushing to close a gap up to like 92, even a little bit higher, 93 area. So kind of look out for that. Let me just see if we have that. Logitech. Guys, keep an eye on the railroads. I've been peeping the railroads. They weren't perfect, but I just saw something on Bloomberg where they were talking about the Chinese rail system was getting a boost, but the vaccine deliveries, UPS, FedEx, they're all pushing it out. It's not going to be all on the road. Sometimes it's going to be refrigerated cars, things like that. So, like JB Hunt was pumping last week. That's setting up really nicely. JB Hunt, a break above 139.38. And we could test like, it's kind of a tight window right there. But just the one I liked, I was in CSX. The one I really like is Canadian Pacific. It just didn't have really good options. So they're all in that little pullback area to where they can make a move and take off running. So just keep our eyes on KSU, NSC, um, CP, CSX, and this was one also, GATX. No, 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 it was GBX, wasn't it? Yeah, GBX is a lower player, but they build components for the rail. So we get a break above on GBX, that high above 35. And then really, if you push above 35.30, GBX is going to possibly run a little bit further than give you a couple of dollars in that. Let's see. It's just the options just are not, they're not creamy, man. Okay, it would be a day trade. It would be a day trade. Like this is a little. Okay, here's one. This is a day trade if it breaks above those levels I just mentioned. Your December 18th $35 call on GBX. Let me write that down so y'all can hold me to it and come back and say, man, you told me do that. I put wifey's implant money on this and for Christmas, and she's looking at me sideways. So the December 18th, I don't know what kind of implant she's getting, but she's not gonna get it if I mess up. So let's see if we can get her that implant. Um, or if she wants some gold fronts, you can get her these fronts. 75 by 95. I like the open interest. Let's see. Let's go back to the chart. Because GBX popped on me last week, and I was watching it. Yeah, man. Hmm. GBX for the win. Above the high of, let's go 3603. Let me get that, and then we're gonna come right. Let me just double check something. That's 08, I know, but just putting it right there for now, just in case somebody want to check me. 35. That's 36. We don't have to wait. Okay, look at 3608. That is like that's go time. That's it's going to be running by then, but we can get in before then. You just have to have an exit strategy prior to. So the real entry, let that baby push above 35.20. That's a high right there. All right, now this I'm trying to find all the little possibilities of a pullback. Go, all right, anything greater than 35.30 after maybe 1 p.m. Central. And reason I'm saying that, guys, you want to let them have lunch up in New York, see what's happening, see what's going on. If the trend establishes itself, so 35.30, we're looking for that December 18th 35 call. Okay, it would be a day trade, or at the longest 2 days, you get out the next day. If this you have to establish what you're willing to lose, um, or you can say I'm risking the whole thing. You know, if it stays at like 95 bucks or a dollar, if you're willing to risk that, or if you want to just say I'm willing to risk 40% of what I paid. You know, so like if you pay a dollar, which is equivalent to 100 bucks, you're willing to risk 40 bucks and hoping to make 80 or hoping to make 65. You know, so you have to. I can't establish that for you. It's going to have to be in your hands. Let's see how it moves. GBX, and this is something else, guys. I teach this a lot. You know, this is my focus is the ATR because I want to know. I can't, brothers, not trying to get into a trade that, and I use my boy's line, opportunity cost. If you put $1,000 in something that's really just not moving, and you could have used that money to put it somewhere else. So that's where. So we need to see what GBX moves like, and $1.24 is cool. I'd rather have 466, but $1.24 is a good amount in comparison to the price that it's of the option. So GBX moves $1.24. That's the average true range. ATR, average true range. Put that in your hopper and study up on that one. Um, yeah, Galaxy Tab. The indicators are down at the bottom. You have the RSI, Relative Strength Index. Well, the implants I'm talking about, the gold fronts I'm talking about, Cherie, they have platinum and a little ice too. So, and and I can go to Mexico and I can get those implants for a good price. But anyway, uh, down at the bottom of the screen, guys. But I'm not going to give you all the whole layout, but that's the basic one right here, RSI, Relative Strength Index. It lets me know what kind of power is going on. Are they buying? Are we overbought? When we get above 70, you can write this down. Above 70 on the RSI is overbought. Below 30, oversold. It's not mandatory to do this to know that, but if you get into something, I mean, I can tell you the probabilities of that thing going down. You know, we're in a good position right now in GBX. I've never traded it. I missed out on it last week. I was looking for it, but it's not one that I rarely trade in the what is this, the railways. But let's go with another one, guys, because it's setting up, guys. I really feel Kansas City Southern, KSU. It's a daily chart above 197.44. Then we're gonna get to something else. I'm trying to give you all some ones that are gonna be if they you don't take the trade immediately. Please don't take the you wait until I'm giving you guys the entry points, the price targets. Now, when you enter, don't say what do I do now. And don't it's like you need to say if this thing hits me for $80, I'm out. If this thing hits me for 150, I'm out. Or if it hits me for 40, which if it hits you, if you set up $40 stop, you're pretty much gonna get got, because price fluctuations will go in that manner. But you have to go with what you can handle. So let's see Kansas City Southern. And I really think the railroads are ready to do something. A little pricey. That 200. Mm, let's go for the Christmas Eve play. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, come on. Guys, and there's times where you don't want to compromise and it's risky. When I do the December 18th, it's just so risky, man. There are too many other factors that can come into play. And if you do select the option, the front month option with only 5 days expiration, it needs to be a Bobby Brown. The hit it and quit it. Get in, get out, don't meet the family, sneak out the back and take your money. And you got to go. That's that. But it's not setting up like that. You're probably going to have to pay a little bit extra. This is one right here, but it's so. But you have 33 days for it to play out. January 15th, 200. Um, I prefer that 195, but it's just outside my parameters, but it's doable. So the January 15th, 195. I tell you what, I'll go against my a couple of little things. The 195, and it's trading at $7 by $8. So the spread is $100, guys, or a dollar. So when you buy an option, you're going to buy to open, sell to close. So you buy it, the bid and the ask. So the bid is the highest price a buyer is willing to pay. The ask is the lowest price these sellers are willing to accept. So to really get filled, a lot of times you would buy it on the ask. But if it's so wide, if you bought it immediately and then try to turn around and sell it, you'd be $100 in the hole because you buy on the ask and you sell on the bid if once you get in. So you'd be down $100. So you would probably try to split the difference in the middle. You would call like the last sale on this one was $7.30. They bid it down basically. They said you can negotiate, you can set your price. Like you don't have to go in there and put it at $8. You can type in 740. If you get filled, you get filled. That's something you guys have to study on your own. I can't walk you through that tonight. So if you don't know how to do it, Robinhood kind of does a pretty good job of walking you through. But if you don't know how to do it, I wouldn't trade real money yet. Just take some time to study. All right. Off of the railroads, man. Let me do this. Let me go to Taiwan Semiconductor, guys. TSM. I have been seeing that name pop around a little bit. Guys have been working with that. It's setting up for me, in my opinion. Yeah, hey, Scott Diller. Yeah, you're right, man. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with going to Mexico and look for the mark price. Thank you, Sean. Let me just make sure. Oh, when I hop in, Richard, I I dive in my I go top down. I get all the way into the minutes, but I'm just showing you guys. And the minutes work better when when the market's flowing, when it's moving. Um, so Galaxy Tab is what's up, Jerry? What's going on? What's up? And CCI. Okay, we'll peep CCI. Eventually have to pay the ask, even though they accept it. No, if they accept the price, you it feels on what they accept. That they can't pull it back. You know, if it's trading at $7 by $8, and I put in $7.10, they'll accept and they accept it. That's it. Oh, I know Sean Cherie. I know. How you doing? So yeah, man, Richard, I'm just the best way to look at it for me are yeah, you can close the spread down. That's the best way to do it if it's a wide spread. But it doesn't matter. It has to be the price the the offer has to be accepted. But we try to close that spread down as best we can. So um yeah, I'm not worried about that gap right now. If it falls below, my certain level, my price level, then I'll start worrying about that gap. But I'm looking for I can't I mean we can everything pretty much has a gap. That we'll find gaps on every chart. And if we worried about them just too much, so that's why from a trader's perspective, if price breaks above a certain level, it's go time. And then you get it, grab your bags and go. You got the overnight bag and you zip up and get out. Because if we stay there, we will encounter the eventually encounter these gaps if we're investing or we hang around too long. But like for TSM, it's the bull case. There's a bull and a bear case for this one right here. Bull case, TSM 105.12. You get above 105.12, we have time to get you $1, maybe even a little bit more, $1.50, and it could keep running. If it falls below 103.22, so falls below 103.50, be prepared for a bear case. So 103.50, that's the stop. But the entry, guys, it's a nice entry above 105.12. If it breaks above that, we're going to run a little bit. And the options look really good on Taiwan Semiconductor. What's TSM? I was looking at I went Christmas Eve on them. December 31st, 105. No, 31st, excuse me. Yeah, December 31st, Christmas Eve, or New Year's Eve, excuse me. 105 is a good one. Don't go any lower than that. If you hop down here and try to go cheap, just because open interest down there, it's gonna get you. I'm just telling you right now, it's gonna move in the direction you want, but it won't move fast enough, and you will not make the money you want to make. Okay, Trust me on that one. Or try it yourself and then come back, try it about 5 times in a row and see if you have consistency. But go with the December 31st 105. Trust me. If it breaks, if the other parameters fall in place, and if you get in, establish what you're willing to lose before you get in, so you don't have to go, hey, it went against me. What do I do? You're gonna have to just sit there and eat it if you don't have a plan. Because there's who can respond to that? Who knows what our own pain threshold is? We have to establish that from jump, and we don't broadcast it to Facebook. Don't, because everybody has their own opinion, and you get emotional, you get swayed. Let let them be their own expert. You be your own expert, but you establish your expert parameters before you click buy or send or confirm. Okay, who knows what you can handle, what you can deal with. The next one, I like the January 15. That's the monthly option. I like the January 15 100. I really like that one. It's a little pricier, guys. Sometimes, if you're one of the hamstrings of a new trader will be our account size. Like, man, I don't have that money. I'm gonna go down here and get this dollar five. Boy, you better let me do that. It may work out, but there are a couple of little tidbits that are stacked against you. Yeah, it's 12,089 down there. It's 12,000, probably 11,999 of them are a little bit foolish. And then another small percentage of them are playing a spread or doing an exotic play. But you just have to trust me. I'm giving y'all a set of parameters that's pretty much tested. So the 100, January 15, 100 call, January 15, 105 call. Those are the two ones in this chain right here at this expiration. Okay. Now let's go in case futures are green right now, but I always like to have a possible short side play. And let me see something. CCI. Is that what I thought the indicator looks like? The CC. Oh, I don't know what CCI is. Chopin. I don't know what CCI, man. Yeah, PayPal looks good for me. Uh, let's see. I think I'm greedy. GE January 15. Once I think I'm getting out tomorrow. Return. Oh yeah, 257% return. Danielle, go ahead and take that money. Take that money. Yeah. Great job. Danielle is a sneaky stealth bomber. She was probably one of our first students, but she already came in with a good plan. I think everybody in this room has a plan, because there are times when y'all see a stock, and we all see a stock that catches our attention, and we watch it, and we say, oh man, that thing's gonna take off. I think that's gonna be a good one, and we don't do anything about it. 3 years later, if we had put 1,500 bucks in, or 2,000, it might be up to 5,000, that kind of thing. So we have instincts. It's just now it's trusting them and honing them, and then also not running for the long shots every time. Like right now, big lots is a bearish play for me. It's a short. I like big lots. I like Dollar General. I mean, I used to try to go there. Brother was single, man. You catch a you somebody working in the stock room, man, and have a great conversation, and you might get a discount. You might get a discount. And it's like, have you been working here 90 days, give or take? Oh, okay, yeah. You eating anything tonight? Oh, you have a man. You don't have a man in your life? Okay, yeah, yeah. And you come back and say, oh, are those office chairs on sale? Oh, you get 30% discount. That's why Big Lots is going down right now. I know that whole plan. But okay, here it is, guys. Here's the real. Here's the real. If we go below this, below 44.90, that's a short. And it was downgraded, and also through IBD, there's a lot of selling pressure. So if big lots, and I don't know if many people use, not many people are comfortable using puts, but I like something that people aren't comfortable with. If a lot of people kind of shy away from it, man, I'm a hop on it. I'm gonna hop on it and make it, part of my plan, because that means there's opportunity, and this is set up for a bear flag, and that's one of your best flag patterns are always just a really really consistent pattern that you can see on multiple time frames. So let's go right over to the trade bar with big lots. And I don't want to just break down the technical analysis for you, but the January 15th $45 put is what I have written down. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. We in this. Yeah, $45 put. If you want to pay a little bit more, it's just outside my parameters, but that 470 by 5, that's a 30-cent spread. This is a 40-cent spread. We can bid it down. Like Sean mentioned, look at the last. Where's the last? Right there, 320. So somebody bid 320 and got filled right near the bid. So it's the same thing, guys. This price starts dipping down below 44, 43, 42. These prices inflate. We gain value. That's what we're looking. Even though we want the stock price to decrease on a put, which will increase the value of our put contracts. It's an inverse correlation. On the opposite side, if we wanted it to go long, we wanted the calls. As the price goes up of the stock, the value of our contract goes up. It's inverse on each side. I can't give you the whole thing, guys. You got to get a book, get a course, watch a YouTube video, break it down. But this thing is going down, man. I'm telling you, big lot, 44, 44.90 below that. So I'm gonna hop in that if we go below 44.90. Just remember that. I'm about to give you one more, and then I'll give you the new Tesla's poor man play. I've been milking Tesla for a few months, and it's funding a lot of things. Look, I want to see GM. GM kind of flipped because it's tied to Nikola. Nikola's tumbling. And I was telling one of my former students, I was like, man, it's setting up for a reversal. And a lot of times we get confirmation bias. And if we see something and it's almost at a level, we don't see the obvious. And and we can confirm it with other things. But this there's something called a parabolic wedge or a final flag or an exhaustion. This has been running for a good amount of time, and we have exhaustion where we had exhaustion when I talked to him about it. And the RSI is I use double tops and triple tops, just not only on the chart, but I also look at them on the RSI. And I mean, that's a true double top, but and it's broken the neckline of that. So it was coming. GM, unless some good news comes out about GM, um, we could go down to like 39. I mean, I know that's not like a lot, but it's dollar, $2. We're in a bear trend right now, guys. So let's just see if GM falls below 41.62. So let it go below 41.50. We'll do that. 41.50. Goes below 41.50. The January 15th $42 put is in play for GM. January 15th $42 put. has 4,608 open interest. There's some people up in there. Let's see what the overall looks like. I'm going to see the most recent 12, 5, 4, 3. Bam, there it is. The higher open interest is bearish. Um, Overall, it's bullish, but it's not like crazily bullish. It's like there's a new trend coming. Yeah, okay. And also the other one that you can play, guys, you want to do a cheaper option, which I don't like doing it, but you would go Christmas Eve and tell those babies about Black Santa. He comes early. Actually, he comes a little late, depending on the sales. But the 4250, December 24th, 4250, right here. And if you get into it, GM doesn't move a great deal. Let me get the ATV. Doesn't move a great deal. $1.33 is good enough. If you wanted to buy more than one contract, you could buy a couple of contracts, 4250. This is the put now. And guys, don't mess around. Don't mess around out here because you say, oh, it's cheap, man. It's gonna get down to 39. It's because it's 42 bucks. Yeah, it might hit like you want it. But you start doing that, you're looking for it to build a process like as a baseball player, as a hitter. It's not like, hey, I got 3 hits. Like, yeah, you got 3 little bloop hits, man. What? And the best hitter on the team might be in a little bit of a slump, but he's hitting the ball hard. You're not looking at the numbers. I'm looking at that man's process, his program, his consistency, his, something a repetitive, something that I can replicate. It doesn't matter what ballpark I'm in. So you come with a consistent, repeatable process. Stick in here for right now. I'm not just gonna give it all to you, but this is it. Off of this options chain, this is one. If it falls below that 4150, go time. But look, we have 11 days expiration, so you hold it. I mean, you try to if you decide if you're going 30% gain, will you take a 30% loss? You have that's on you, and you have to establish that. Okay, let's go to the final. Let me check the chat bar before I give you guys the Tesla play real quick. PFEX. What book would I recommend? Uh, Here, let me put my email address in there, man, because you put me on the spot, but I should have had a book in my mind at your mobile. Because there's some good books out there Oliver Velez has a book. You can get a really cheap book. I don't just always say cheap, but Oliver Velez. Uh, Email me, Paul, and I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna put it on YouTube. I'll put it on YouTube so everybody can get it. Or here, look, give me a sec. Give me a sec. Look, I want you to just do this. This will be the easiest way, so everybody can have a chance to grab it. Or you just email me, man, because I can't switch. I'm trying to switch trying to switch my YouTube channel to find the right channel, and I can't do it. So let's just do it like that. Email me, and I'll send you the link, and we'll do it like that. That'd be the easiest way. All right, here's the last one. Disney puts Derek Thomas, DT, PFE, XLY. Disney puts again. You already asked about. Okay, let me look. Let me look. I see why you're saying that. Think about that, man. Disney's overextended, and that will be filled at some point. But when it runs like when you have a parabolic runner, I don't automatically put a put on the table because it can continue to run. The 4 hour Okay, now we're talking to seeing a little bit of a rollover. Look on the 4-hour rollover reversal, but who knows if it just pulls back 50% support and runs. Don't put a put on there. You'd have time. Wait till you get the first red day. Let another can. Don't try to be. We don't have to be the first one in there. I used to try to like to get there early and set up the chairs at the club, but no, you can wait and roll in a little bit. It won't because long term I'm bullish on Disney. So um, it's no problem, Ricaria. Email me. The email is there. Email me and I'll see what I can do, man. I said, man, I'm sorry, Queen, sorry, sister. PFE XLY. Let's see XLY. But this, I'm not gonna do that many more, guys. XLY, consumer discretionary. XLY needs to get above 159. I have it mapped out already. 159.76 in its go time, but it's because it's in a trading range, man. It's just nothing's established yet. Kind of hanging out. Let it get above this. 159.60, 16, 150. So, hmm. Yeah, you need to go 159.50 is a good handle to get above. And all right, guys, here's the play. All right, Tesla, I'm long Tesla. We know that. I'm waiting for the play. This week they're looking Friday is the final day for well, Friday is going to be the final day for retail traders to get in before Tesla moves to the S&P. But you have your big funds, you have all the other ETFs, you have anybody that has a fund that is bound by the rules of the S&P. They're going to have to buy Tesla now, or they'll have time from the 18th all the way before the market opens Monday. So they're looking at volatility. Tesla's very pricey. The options are very pricey. But the one thing that's setting up right now, it was ARK. ARK is run with, we called ARK out. Well, I did at 108 and was like, this is the poor man's play. If all you have is two dimes and a nickel, you need to get in this. 108 was the push. And well, it's actually right down in there. Had the push up, pull back, and then a breakout. And you had the trend, pull back. Now we're overbought on ARK, but ARK can continue to run. Remember, I said you can remain overbought for an extended period of time. So ARK runs with Tesla because it's the highest percentage of Tesla. Basically, it's an ETF that holds the most Tesla in it, probably 11%. One of the best fund managers in our time right now, Kathy Wood. Now, the one that's really about to start moving with Tesla, even though Tesla's not in it, is the SPY. The SPY setting up. My entry on the SPY is I like the entry above. Let me just set it up right here. I had it written out. We're going on the SPY above 366.74. And we're looking for that run up to 370. So $4 move. But if it gets up there, I'm pushing a play to where I'm looking at these January 15s because the price is outstanding. And look at this open interest, 18,000. Now y'all gonna start looking down here, but it's not that crazy. To it's not that crazy, but that I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm up here talking all that noise and this. It better look good when I pull it up. It better look good when I pull it up. I see why it's pricey. Oh, I see why it's pricey. Good Lord. Yeah. The SPY is the play, guys. We'll go in a little bit, but look, top dog right now at 370. So the January 15th, Jan 15, 370 call. You can go all from 370 all the way up, whatever you can afford. Any of these, 353, all of them. Maybe stop at the 80 delta. If you can afford all these, whatever price fits for you, all the way down to 371, 372. Go right. Stop at that 97,000 one right here, the 370. Stick with 370. Now let's go a little bit deeper. We're going 370. That's a check mark, but every one of these up the chain. You have 33 days for this to play out. All right. Now let's go to Christmas Eve, December 24th. Now we're talking with the prices. All right. 11 days. I'd rather have 14 days. Let me just see something. These are all good. Okay. You have to get up in here a little bit. 369. Guys, you can't go cheap. You can, but it's preferable if you had a couple of $100, a few $100. $350 gets you this one to 367. 400 gets you that 366. But now these will change tomorrow as the price adjusts. And remember, the entry is above 366.74. And we're looking for the move. We're tracking Tesla. We're watching how Tesla moves on the chart. Like, let me just show you real quick, and I'm gonna check what's on your on the big board. So when I put Tesla up here, I'll put the daily chart. Now let's put the 20-day hourly, and pretty much the same trend, similar pullbacks, similar action, consolidation. That's ARC. I don't know how the SPY is matching up on the hourly like that. SPY is doing its thing. More so the Qs would probably be kind of trending with Tesla a little bit right now, but push up, pull back, consolidation. But the play, we need a little time because December 21st is when they move into the SPY, thinking a small window of an exit. So that's just my play, guys. I'm looking to hop into SPY if it's above 366.74 this week, and I would get out in a couple of days or take profit once it hit my parameters. Let's see, one more. We check in here. What a Danielle, will you and Mo both offer a course on reading candlestick charts? I'm comfortable, but feel like I can. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely do that. We can do it because that's the thing that takes time. It takes a little bit of extra time. Look, email me, guys. If y'all are interested in that type of course, that class, the chart reading class, I would prefer that somebody that you've had experience, either trading or really just getting a fit. You have some type of comfort level with it where you've been exposed to candlesticks. Disney's going to one. Oh, Mo done popped in the room, y'all. Mo is in here, dog. Mo, what's up, Mo Jax? Hold on, let me. Mo popped in here, man. Mo, hey, that's who you need, man. Uh, let's see here. But email me if you guys are interested in a chart, like a technical analysis course, chart reading course. We were kind of holding off on doing another options class until maybe February, but I won't have that much time before spring training, guys. So if we are gonna try to do something like that, we need to get it because brother will go off the radar, and only thing I'll be doing is our Friday market wrap up with JD and Mo, and of course I'll be doing I'll continue to do the mastermind. That's easy, but classes it just takes you know takes time, and I'm trying to get this money right for the family. So we'll do it. Email me, and we'll try to keep it to 5 students, man. Mo's gonna say 10. I'm saying five. Five first five come in. Let's go, bam, and that's a wrap. You know. So email me. We can do it. I, I'm about to wrap, guys. Not rap like but I'm talking about rap for the evening. Y'all didn't catch that the 80s rap right there, did you? But this is what I'm watching. Watching Tesla, man. Etsy is still gonna run for me. I don't know if you guys. We say it all the time. I mean, I'm a big fan of Investors Business Daily (IBD), and the reason I chose big lots for the short side, the chart was negative. Now, I'm I don't really short on a when it's a heavily green day, but if that price goes down below that level, yeah, I'm gonna snatch big lots. I'm gonna snatch it. But the thing was, IBD also gave me confirmation that there's a lot of selling, institutional selling in big lots right now. Uh, Deutsche Bank adjusts big lots price to, so it's a downgrade, reiterates hold rating. Yeah, it's, and that was on the 7th. Uh, Consumer defensive stocks. Now, it's not something that you guys hold for a month. If the move happens, if the price level breaches, you got a little space to make a little money, and that's and that's all we're doing. Quick hits, in and out, and go. So, guys, that's gonna be it for me for tonight. I'm the first student. Yeah, man. You in there, J4? You in there? And just email me, guys, and then we'll get it rolling. And I'll do as much as I can. I'll post this again and back every Sunday, 7:30 Central. Um, and I do what I mean, Mo's gonna do what he can. I do what I can. Mo does a charting class every Tuesday. Every Tuesday. So I mean, you're not gonna get everything you need in fragments, but it's gonna help you for when you take the time to either get a course, read a book, or because you're building step by step, and it honestly it doesn't take long. It just just need to have a little time to where you can kind of consolidate your study, and the study needs to be tailored to you. Yeah, let me post the email one more time. The study, I mean, like you want to be able to match it up with your type of your demeanor, your personality, because everybody it looks like hieroglyphics. Yeah, and it does. It, yeah, man, I know the feeling. But once you get a feeling of like when somebody says, "Hey, you know what? Uh, here's support and resistance." I can tell right here that when we breach this level right here, the bull case will be back in order. Something like that. Or if it breaks support down here, because eventually all we're doing is dissecting the angles, geometry. And I'm an English major. I wasn't good at geometry, but it's just angles. We can draw. I mean, you're gonna see a W pattern for a double bottom. You know, you're gonna find those on every chart. Then you'll find an M for a double top. It just depends when I get in there. You'll get it doesn't have to be the exact M, but double tops are bearish. That's a that's a bearish play. The W pattern basically is a bullish pattern. That's a double bottom, and it doesn't have to be perfectly horizontal. You can spot them everywhere. Then once you spot them, I mean, and then I'll remove all that. I mean, I'm marking this up, but I'm just showing you, you can eyeball it. Then you can say, okay, I got these patterns. I know so how far will it run? Oh, okay, it's about to come up to resistance. Okay, if it breaks resistance, boy, it's about to go. You know, it's as basic as that. When you see something, a pattern of a trading range like here with Visa, it's like you waiting for the pop, waiting for the pop, waiting for the pop. When it breaks and it breaks resistance, okay, it's time to go. But we always play probabilities. Yeah, it looks like it's going, but it could be a head fake. Anytime, so those are the little things that it won't take long. It just you just have to pay attention to it. Uh, Great call. Okay, thank you. Hey, Colin put a really good book uh, in uh, in the chat, and charting for technical analysis. Fred McAllen. Yeah. So just go ahead, program. This is Thinkorswim on TD Ameritrade, and run with it, guys. And go to YouTube. YouTube has plenty of them. You just have to sift through the chumps to get to the gold. So it's part of it. I'm gonna stop recording, guys. That's a wrap on tonight's session. What time is it? Okay. All right. Went for an hour. Cool. Bam. Let me